When you're just starting out, it's usually because you're driven by a passion or you have this big idea that you know is going to be the best app ever made. You think that you're Kevin Costner, and it's if you build it, they're going to love it, they're all going to come, they're going to be tearing your door down. Yeah, but the truth is if you build it, they don't give a crap. My name's Chris Skaggs. I'm the founder of Code Monkeys and Soma Games. When you're starting out with a new app, for one thing, you're into a whole new world where you don't know how any of the rules work, you don't know any of the people. How do we build this business? How do we survive in this? How do I make a living at it? The reality is the technology is not the biggest problem. Frankly, it's in the distribution. Knowing the folks who are really moving the distribution bar forward, knowing the folks who are willing to open up and share kind of what they're seeing as best practices and where the thing's going, whether it's the performance evaluators or marketing statistics, it's the rising tide lifts all boats and that sort of thing. Having the community is what makes it really valuable. That's going to make the difference between having your best app that no one in the world ever sees and letting the world really understand the coolness that you've created.
I myself am a musician who wasn't quite good enough to make it on the road. I really wanted to help other artists advance their careers, build a fan base, and make money from their art. Using Mobbase, artists can share all of their music, their photos, their videos, their concert tickets, and their merch store with their fans directly on their mobile devices. Developing for multiple platforms means essentially doing the project over again from scratch for each platform. It's incredibly frustrating to have something that works on one platform that you're really stoked about and then turn to another platform and either it isn't technically feasible or it's going to cost you a ton of time and money to figure out how to get it there. Some fan is going to say, well, why can't I do this? I did it on my iPhone, why can't I do it in the HTML5 app? In a perfect world, a user's experience on one platform would be indistinguishable from another. You code it once, and then you deploy everywhere.
Technology has done wondrous things in the last 10, 15 years. At the same time, technology is a tease because it's always showing us what's just ahead and around the corner, and that's very frustrating. I'm Jim Brady. I run Earthcomber, and we develop multiple kinds of applications, mainly stuff that tries to look for new audiences using media in different ways. So we're kind of running a little mini cloud service all the time. Most of what happens on Earthcomber happens on the back end. Cloud-based services right now are kind of wimpy. They do the basics, share a file. They're not as live as they could be. They need a little more electricity running through them. People don't really need a lot of parking places in the sky. And that's where I think a lot of people tend to think of the cloud as just a place to put stuff. I would just encourage any cloud service to really be out there as a real live thing, making as much action-oriented data happen as possible.
I think a lot of things in the software world are ultimately determined by security issues. I'm Bill Appleton. I'm the Chief Technology Officer here at Dream Factory Software, and we've been building cloud and mobile applications for about 10 years now. I talk to customers all the time about security. Our approach has been to build rich clients that can talk directly to the cloud, but that model's hard to support. Let's say a customer has a cloud with very important data in it that they want to keep secure. Ideally, you could build applications on top of that they can administer. You have to build your own server, and then you talk to your server, and your server talks to their cloud. And that's where the security problem comes in. And then it really is a weakest link problem where you have this kind of n-squared security vulnerability that just expands with every new app you add to the platform. And so I think these are all up-and-coming issues to be put together.